found out?
Well, I have Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's a cancer in the lymphatic system. I found out I had it early September, late August in there. I noticed the lumps as early as January during basketball season. I remember Isaiah Yeager and I were sitting on the bench, and he was feeling my neck, and he says, "There's a few lumps in there." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I know. I felt them." But I thought they were just remnants of mononucleosis, which I had during basketball season last year, which limited me a lot. But I thought, yeah, they were just remnants of that. And so I played it as they'll go down eventually, and they just kept growing and growing. And then I finally got them checked out in late August, and I was diagnosed with lymphoma.
Because I remember the first football game of the year, and you probably remember this too, because I was doing the game next to Coach Chang, and if you remember, you sat out a little time, I think, in the third, fourth quarter, and I don't know if you were in pain or maybe a little bit confused, but then all of a sudden we found out that it was something more serious than what we had thought.
Yeah, it was. I was just cramping in that first game, but they actually said that's common because the cancer cells in my body will absorb a lot of the oxygen before it can get to my muscles, and so that can lead to cramping.
And now everything in this area is Dom Strong. How did this all start, Dom?
This all started with Aiden. He tweeted about it, hashtag Dom Strong, and it just kind of took off from there.
Aiden Chang is with us. He's the quarterback of the team. Aiden, I'm going to let you take the mic. Just tell us about, I'm going to call him, even though he's physically not your brother, he is your brother, Dominic. Just the love and support and what he's gone through that's made you and your teammates come even closer together, because if you look right now, you guys are playing your best football right now, and I know that your buddy over there, number 88, is a big influence.
He definitely is. The love and support from the area has been amazing. Everyone has come together and shown that this area is more than just a competitive sports area. You know, we're all family. Yeah, losing Dominic really hurt. He last year, 1,000-yard receiver, he kind of was a big play guy. But I think seeing him go down and watching him play through it for the first few weeks, it kind of gave us a little motivation. We have no excuses. We're perfectly healthy. He's battling something. He's still giving it his all, so we should be too.
Dominic, what type of response are you getting, not only just like Facebook, the social media, but what did it mean to you when the team played at Polo or at Milledgeville, and to basically see people handing out Dom Strong armbands at the games, people acknowledging you? What has the overall love and prayers that's coming from our community meant to you personally?
Well, it's overwhelming. Everywhere I go, I'm getting handshakes and pats on the back. Good luck, Dominic. We're praying for you. I can't tell you how much it means having so many people behind you. Everyone talks about me being so positive through it all. It's just hard to get down with so many people holding you up, if you know what I mean.
How is it for you right now? And I know we can't even imagine what you're going through, but what has this done as far as bringing you closer to God? Because some young people might say, well, God, are you punishing me? But really, I think he's shown his love upon you.
Yeah, a lot of people like to talk about God with this. I've never asked why this has happened to me. I've never complained about it. I'd rather it be me than one of my teammates. I know personally that I can make it through something like this. I saw it more as a challenge than as a curse or something like that. And everyone has to carry the cross sometime in their life, and I'm just happy I get out of the way early.
Yeah, you're a very mature young man, and again, I know this has been very tough. Aiden, what's it been like for you and your teammates to see this go through? Because I know this has been an inspiration. I think basically every time Aquin takes the field, there really is a 12th man, isn't there?
There definitely is. That Polo game was kind of the epitome of our season. That's when we hit our streak of playing as well as we could. That was our last game with Dominic. And, he came out balls to the walls. He was everywhere on defense. He was chasing people down. And this is right after he had chemotherapy. So we look at it as, wow, he just went through chemo 2 days before, and yet he's running down Brad Kavanaugh, who was Pole's fastest player. So we definitely feel like we're playing with a little, I guess you could say, chip on our shoulder, knowing that we don't have him the rest of the season, but it's helping us a lot.
Dominic, what's as you mentioned, you're going back to have some more chemo in Madison tomorrow. Just what have the doctors told you? When should you start to feeling good again? And I'm sure that your age and the health and the condition you in right now is going to help you win this battle.
The doctors tell me that everyone's different when they'll feel better. The first 4 days after chemo, I was feeling pretty crummy. I was missing school. But after that, I started to recover. And ever since about Tuesday this week, I've been feeling pretty great. Or Tuesday last week, I've been feeling pretty great. So I've had a week of feeling almost, well, I feel at full strength. I'm sure it'd be different if I got out on the football field or running around, but just living everyday life, I feel, I'd like to say normal, but...
What's the love that you've been getting from the faculty and the staff at Aquin? I understand that about a week ago, you were pretty tired. Even walking the steps was pretty draining on you. How about just the smiles and the love you get from your fellow students at Aquin? Aquin's not a real large school. Just talk about probably the blessing that it is being a student at Aquin.
Well, it's a very tight-knit community. I remember the first year the girls went downstate, the motto was, "We are family," and that still holds true today. Every one of us has stake in each other. We're all invested in each other, and we're all brothers and sisters, not only through school but also in faith. And it's going to take a lot more than cancer to separate us.
Dominic, and again, you've been very strong this morning, and I'll tell you what, a lot stronger, because you know what? I've seen grown men, when we've talked about you and even myself, when I really think about what you're battling, it's brought tears to my eyes. What has kept you so strong? Have you found that this has made you a stronger man already? And do you understand that basically part of this now is, like they say, to be Dom strong, because you know there are so many people in your corner? Do you feel that strength from others?
Yeah, definitely. I feel every little bit of support I'm getting, and like I said before, it's hard to stay down when everyone's holding you up like they are. It's just amazing having so many people behind you and pushing you forward. You can't focus on anything bad with so much good happening around you.
Aiden, again, going back to what it means to the football, you got a real big game up against Lena. You know you're not going to have Dom with you this week or the rest of the year. But again, we talk about that 12th man once again. How has it helped you and your team grow up this year as a football team? And by that, not just growing up and how you play the game, but I'm sure that what you've seen happen with Dom has really matured your football team. And you say, guys, we got to give 110% every day, because look at 88 over there. He's giving 120% every day, and that's just to win this battle.
Coach has always stressed doing the little things correctly. And I think we kind of took that for granted. We're more athletic than some teams, so we could get away with it. But once we found out about Dominic, we really had to take that to heart. We had to do the little things on and off the field. And when we did make mistakes, because, nobody's perfect, we had to make sure we did that as hard as we could so we could try to make up for it. And I think, for the majority, we are doing that. We are still making mistakes, but at least when we are doing it 110%, because Coach always stresses before the game, we have to be able to look Dominic in the eyes and say, I gave him my all. And I think the last few weeks we've been able to do that.
Dominic, any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the community and the listeners this morning?
I'd just like to thank everyone for everything they've done for me. Like I keep saying, all the support is what's keeping me going. And it's just amazing. I can't thank everyone enough.
Well, you know something, Dominic? I'm a Christian man, and on this show, very many times I tell people, you know what? It's not just the financial support that you can do for the demichele family, but it's also in your prayers. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people praying to you, for you right now.
There are everywhere I go. I was in Eastland last Thursday, and I must have had 5 people come up to me telling me their church is praying for me, they're praying for me, they have stuff pinned up on their bulletin boards. It's just, we go to a Catholic school, so naturally everyone there is going to be praying for me. I have priests doing Mass for me. It's, I definitely have a lot of support in the religious area.
Well, I ask everyone right now to just bow your heads for a moment and keep this young man in your prayers, because I'll tell you what, he's battling every day. And if you think about your life being tough, imagine what this young man is going through. Dominic, you have been not only, nobody wants to go through what you're going through, but you have been an inspiration to so many. And God bless you and keep you strong every day. And I know that 10 years from now, you're going to be at your class reunion, and you guys are going to remember this year as something that made a change in all of your lives. And I think you know that, and I think Aiden knows the same thing. This is a real special year at Aquin, and you're going to survive, and come graduation day this year, we're all going to have some big smiles on your face, because we're going to beat this thing, and we're all there for you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Dominic DeMichele this morning. Thank you very much, Aiden Chang. And